FMP Week 8 Reflection. This is filming and editing week. So the shot list was kind of effective in guiding the filming process as it gave me a clear structure of what I needed to capture. However, I did not follow it exactly during the filming as some shots had to be adjusted due to limited space and lighting conditions. Most of the planned shots were achieved, but I simplified certain angles to keep filming process manageable. I captured enough coverage for editing, particularly using multiple takes of key scenes such as phone use, routine behavior, and whatnot. I was able to adapt the shot list when challenges occurred, especially by using clever shots instead of wider shots in smaller locations like my bedroom. I was somewhat confident using the camera, lighting, and sound during filming. My Canon EOS 500D allowed me to, control the focus and framing effectively, although low light performance was a limitation. One technical issue I faced was inconsistent lighting, which I resolved by using natural light and adjusting exposure settings. Sound was less of a priority as most audio was minimal, but background noise was reduced by filming in quieter environments. Overall, my technical choices supported the mood of the film by keeping shots simple, controlled, and visually clear. Communication and direction. So I was the only person on screen. So communication was kind of focused on self-direction and planning. I ensured that performance matched the storyline by focusing on body language and subtle movement. The working environment remained simple and manageable, allowing me to stay focused on filming tasks. The performance aligned with the script and storyboard as I followed the planned actions closely. Since the film had minimal dialogue, the focus was on visual expression, which worked well for the theme of loneliness. The challenge I faced was maintaining consistency in performance across multiple takes, which I managed through repetition and reviewing footage. This ensured the final outcome remained coherent. The organization. My footage was organized into folders in my cloud, my OneDrive, and labeled clearly, which made my editing process more efficient. My workflow was effective as I edited scenes in order and reviewed them regularly. Time management during editing was generally good, although some sections required more time due to technical adjustments. Editing played a key role in shaping the narrative, pacing, and the mood of my film. I used slow pacing at the beginning to reflect the routine and isolation of my protagonist, then gradually shortened the gaps between actions and messages to create tension. The final edit reflects the original storyboard, although some small changes were made to improve flow and clarity. For example, certain shots were removed to keep the film concise and effective. During my editing phase, I successfully used techniques such as on-screen text messaging, the timing of my cuts, and sound effects to enhance realism. Creating phone notifications and text overlays was a key technical skill I developed during the stage. A limitation I faced was my initial lack of experience with advanced editing features, but I improved through tutorials and practice. Sound and timing were important in building tension, particularly in the final sequence, evaluation, and learning. So the final edit closely matched my planned idea, although some aspects were simplified to make the film clearer and more effective. What worked best during filming and editing was the use of repetition and minimal dialogue, as this communicated isolation. From this stage, I learned how to manage filming independently, direct performance through body language, and controlled pacing through editing. I developed skills in organization, decision-making, and technical editing. If I were to complete this project again, I would improve my pre-production planning and allow for more time for testing, lighting, and sound before filming. I would also experiment with a wider range of shots to add variety while maintaining the tone of the film.